Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm going to talk about electronic waste. So the design for the dump is a key strategy of economy to get people to spend more money. The Moore's Law was unintentionally been viewed as an 18-month recycle strategy, so this actually got people to buy new products of technology versus repairing them, simply because the cost to repair broken technology is costing the same as buying a brand new one, so this is creating a lot of waste. E-waste is rising at a rate of 3 to 5% every year, with 5 to 7 million tons becoming absolute. In the PBS video that we watched, it showed how experts tracked and found that 1/3 of the recycled computers collected by Dell actually ended up in Hong Kong. So when looking at where it actually goes, Dell and Goodwill are companies within the US that were the first major computer factory to ban the export of non-working electronics to other countries. So they allowed people to drop off old computers for free to be refurbished or recycled. And actually there was 427 million pounds of e-waste that has been diverted from US landfills due to this program. But a study that looked into tracking those 4.27 million pounds found that these electronics landed in Hong Kong and other countries. Exporting computer waste products is 10 times more profitable than recycling the units at home, and this is why they do this. Gui is home to a bustling, sprawling junkyard for much of the world's electronic discards. Residents here spend long hours breaking down the e-waste for $1.50 days worth of labor. The pollution here and around the town has become obsessive and ugly. They burn the useless parts and inhale this air, which is really bad for their health. They wash their dishes and vegetables in the polluted water, and their bodies have become super weak, developing skin and lung problems, along with the stomach sicknesses. For the first 5 years, before this video was made in 2013, it was reported that the well water and surface water had been so undrinkable that it had to be trucked in from a town 30 kilometers away. In Gui and many of the other Asia countries that received our exported waste, they do not have protection on labor force. This has led to very poor working conditions for those breaking down all of this technology. Computers contain many toxic properties that when they are broken down, these toxins get released into the air and therefore into the communities around them. Mercury is among one of the most harmful, and all LDCs contain it. Being this area is so underregulated and unlicensed, the living conditions in these areas have immensely deteriorated. As of 2013, it was reported that water had been brought into these Asia communities because where it is not usable. So we've seen that high tech is not clean at all. The e-waste that gets released in our own country happens through our garbage tanks or from the breakdown in another country. But either way, we are still paying for it through our health and deterioration of our environment around us. But meanwhile, the inventors who created all these continue to get a high income off of it. And the question that we need to ask ourselves is, why are we making Asia bear the toxic burden of the whole world simply because they are poor enough to do it? So in asking ourselves that question, a few solutions have came across us. Looking at a worldwide scale, the Basel Convention was created to ban the export of hazardous waste to any other country than where it comes from. This is when the idea of deal with it yourself came into play. This idea that self-sufficiency is waste management has actually done a lot for the countries. Because this would push the wealthier countries to redesign their own recycling process or their technology to eliminate some of the waste. However, the US is the only country in the world that does not abide by this rule. Another solution that was introduced was the Green Moore's Law, which would mean that the use of toxic chemical will be cut in half every 18 months, and the number of poison workers would then decline at a faster rate as well. This is the idea of choosing greener products to use, but again, the choices available are limited, and we need to band together to change this. Thank you.